Good Saturday evening. This is Giants Roundup, and tonight the Giants get a rare victory at Wrigley Field as they beat the Cubs 5-4. And you can follow on Twitter and join the Crook and Kite page on Facebook. And this was a great win for the Giants. And luckily for them lately, the other teams have not been winning either. So so all is not lost yet. Hope springs eternal. So this was a really good game for the Giants tonight. Decent outing out of Chris Stratton tonight. So I'll take it. Goes 5 innings, gives up 3 earned, strikes out 6, 4 hits. Unfortunately, they made him pay with 2 home runs, with Baez and Schwarber each getting a home run off of Chris Stratton, but they get the win. Luckily for them, Chicago has their own pitching issues as Jose Quintana 4 earned in 5 innings in 4 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed. So I think the Giants lucked out. They got the bad Quintana tonight. And then Cishek gives up the game loser in a lot of the Giants do snap a 3-game losing streak. And Stratton was good. He wasn't great, but he was good enough to get the win. He looked better, just gave up the home runs. That was the only downside tonight, but he definitely looked better than his last few starts. And it started in the second inning when he walked in a run. When he walked in Jason Hayward to walk Contreras to score Contreras, that made it 1-0. Then in the third inning, Kyle Schwarber hits his.
Is that yours?
No, it's yours. It's yours. We cooked for you earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 PTIs definitely live on air tonight. Murphy's Law is definitely working at me tonight. But yeah, Kyle Schwarber hits a home run to tie it. That would be his 9th home run of the season. Then in the 4th inning, the Giants tie it up when Brandon Belt hits a bye-bye baby at Wrigley. His 6th home run of the season. That ties the game at 2-2. It wouldn't stay tied for long. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Javi Baez hits his 12th home run of the season to make it 3-2. But that lead would not last too terribly long. In the top of the 5th inning, McCutchen doubles to score Gorkis Hernandez to make it 3-3. And then, yes, the hottest bat on the Giants batting order right now, Brandon Belt singles to score Andrew McCutchen. Giants take the lead 4-3. And then in the 7th inning, they add one more run with a sacrifice by Brandon Belt to score Gorkis, make it 5-3. Then in the 8th, Rizzo would single to score Kyle Schwarber to make it 5-4, but that would be your final. That's the closest the Cubs would get from winning tonight. And of course, Hunter Strickland, his 10th save out of 12 save ops. Yes, we don't have a closer controversy this year. It's looking like it's going to be Hunter Strickland all the way through, unless we go into fire sale mode, which is unlikely. And you know what the crazy part is? Even with all this losing, we're only 2.5 games out of the division. Colorado 27-24, Arizona 26-25, but also can't look behind you now. The Dodgers only a game behind the Giants, and San Diego 6.5 games in dead last. So it's anybody's division at this point. At some point, somebody's got to take that division. We just don't know who, but it's looking like the Giants' everyday outfield is starting to get settled in. Gorkis Hernandez 3 for 5, and now is hitting 311 on the season. Stay hot, Hernandez. And it looks like for the time being, he is going to be your everyday center fielder. Mac Williamson 1 for 3 will be now your everyday left fielder with Josh Osich going back to AAA and hopefully for good. Evan Longoria goes 2 for 5. Andrew McCutcheon's 2 for 4. And Brandon Belt with some timely hitting. Brandon Crawford 2 for 3 now at 312. The bats definitely did their part tonight. And it was mainly the long ball that killed the Giants, did the Giants in tonight. Maranta was good. Dyson good. Watson gives up an earned run. Cishek gives up an earned run in 2 innings pitched. But this is a much needed win, a very rare win at Wrigley. That's definitely for sure. And with the Cubs' own pitching issues, I think tomorrow we are facing. Trying to think who. Tyler Chatwood. We can go in there, rough him up, and work the walks out of him. You know what? I can't see why not we can get out of Wrigley with a win. The good news is we're facing Chatwood. The bad news for the Giants is that, yeah, tie blocks starting tomorrow. So I'd like to see Ty Block at least go 5 innings. Just please get 5 innings for the love of God. And that will be a Sunday night baseball game tomorrow night. So there'll be yes, it'll be Matt Vasgersian and Alex Rodriguez tomorrow night live from Wrigley Field. Then Giants Roundup will be on afterwards. Then after that game, they go to Denver for Memorial Day for a 3-game roadie. And this could certainly be a series against Colorado that could determine if the Giants are going to be a buyer or a seller at the end of at the trade deadline at this point. So we shall see what happens. But that should be a fun series in Denver. And also some other good news on the injury front. Mark Melanson started his rehab assignment. Joe Panic is getting very close to a rehab assignment. That's welcome news. Alan Hanson's getting near a rehab assignment. And I don't know, maybe they're saying he's going to go back to Sacramento after he completes his rehab assignment. But honestly, if Kelby Tomlinson doesn't get that bat up anytime soon, I think you may consider sending down Kelby Tomlinson and having Alan Hansen come off the bench. That may not be a bad idea. And then Hunter Strickland nearing a return. Who's going to go down? To be honest, I would say I'd send Austin Jackson down or let him go on waivers. Go walk on by, walk on by. Yep. I really think it's time to say goodbye to Austin Jackson. He has not been that great with the Giants with the bat. He's a good defensive player. But right now it's the Gorkis show. And right now, Gorkis Hernandez is what's best for center field right now for the Giants. So I certainly think it's looking like Austin Jackson's going to be the odd man out when Hunter Pence returns. And that would certainly not be a bad thing either. Then you have Blanco, your 5th outfielder, and Hunter Pence, your 4th outfielder. And maybe he platoons with Andrew McCutcheon. Who knows? I think definitely the bullpen's starting to leak some oil as you saw in last night's game. So definitely get some innings out of the starters. That's one thing that needs to be. But if you can go and get a win tomorrow against Chicago and go into Denver And this might be the only chance he might get to win some road games. Denver, the Giants just don't do well in Denver. I don't think ERA should count in Denver, to be honest. But those starters could be getting eaten alive in Denver. But take what's given, especially with it being anybody's division right now. And probably sometime next week we are going to do our first if the season were to end shows, as we are approaching the month of June next week. But let's go to the MLB Roundup for today. Let's start off with games that have already been completed. The Boston Red Sox beat the Atlanta Braves 8-6. Your winning pitcher, Stephen Wright. Your losing pitcher, Sam Freeman. Craig Kimbrell gives up an earned run but gets the save against his former team. Alex Benintendi goes 3 for 5 for Boston with his 6th home run of the year. Ronald Acuna Jr. 3 for 5 for Atlanta. And probably the worst outing of the year out of Sean Newcomb is he only goes 3 innings, allows 3 earned runs, walks 4 in 3 innings pitched. But Drew Pomeranz wasn't any better. 3 1/3 innings, 5 earned runs allowed. So it was definitely a bullpen game. In that one, Freeman gives up earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitch, whereas the bullpen was good for the Red Sox today. The Phillies beat the Blue Jays 2-1. Your winning pitcher, Seranthony Dominguez. Your losing pitcher, Joe Biagini. Maikel Franco goes 2 for 3 for Philadelphia and hits his 8th home run of the season. Sean Kingery, 2 for 3 for Philadelphia. And Jaime Garcia just could not get a break today. He only gives up an earned run in 7 innings pitched and just did not get the run support. Aaron Nola, an earned run in 6 2/3 innings pitched, strikes out 10. And Philadelphia now improves to 29-20. They are right now in first place in the NL East at this point. The Cardinals beat the Pirates 4-1. Your winning pitcher, Jack Flaherty. Your losing pitcher, Trevor Williams. Jose Martinez goes 3 for 4 for the Cardinals. Yairo Munoz, 2 for 3. Matt Carpenter hits his 5th home run of the year. Starling Marte, his 7th home run for Pittsburgh. And on the other side of the bay, the A's blank the D-backs 3-0, helping the Giants' cause today. Thank you, Oakland. Daniel Mangden pitches a complete game shutout against the Snakes. So watch out. Oakland's got two young guns in the rotation that are looking good. Mangden and Mania. Clay Buchholz takes a tough loss today. Only an earned run in 6 innings pitched. Okay. Pizza. Well, I'm back on again after being interrupted yet again. This is one of those shows today where Murphy's Law is definitely at it, and that was Round Table Pizza with my pizza, so that was good. A lot faster than I expected them to be, too, so that was wonderful. 30 minutes, so great job by the folks at Round Table. Round Table Pizza, the last honest pizza. Now back to the MLB Roundup. Yeah, the A's blanked the D-backs 3-0. And as I said, it looks like Daniel Mangden and Sean Manaea are becoming the two-headed monster for the Oakland A's, and they could be one starter away from being a formidable foe in Oakland. Matt Joyce hits his sixth home run of the year. Matt Olson hits his eighth home run of the year, so it was the Matt and Matt show in Oakland. Chad Pinder with his fifth home run, so all three runs come via the long ball today. Pinder goes 2 for 3. And the A's are 27-25 in the AL West. Unfortunately, they're 7 games back right now, so they're looking more at the wild card than the division at this point. Where Arizona, yes, they're 26-25. They're only a game back of Colorado at this point. So it's up for grabs. And out there in Arlington today, the Rangers beat the Royals 4-3. Your winning pitcher, Alex Claudio. Your losing pitcher, Kevin McCarthy. Erickson Profar 2 for 4. Hunter Dozier goes 2 for 3. Ian Kennedy, two runs in 5 innings pitched. And over in Milwaukee today, the Packers beat the New York Giants 17-6. Your winning pitcher, Dan Jennings. Your losing pitcher, Jacob Rom. And yes, pitching was optional today in Milwaukee. And the Brewers are 33-20 and are starting. Here's the thing with Chicago. They are definitely, they're in fourth place, 4.5 games back of the Milwaukee Brewers. And the crazy part is they might even get better at the trade deadline. They are definitely in the driver's seat to acquire some guy by the name of Chris Archer. Could you imagine getting back Jimmy Nelson and acquiring Chris Archer for the playoff push? I certainly think the Milwaukee Brewers could be the team to beat in the Central this year. Lorenzo Cain goes 3 for 4. Christian Yelich 3 for 5. Jesus Aguilar 3 for 5. Wilmer Flores goes 3 for 5 for the Mets. Brandon Nimmo hits his 4th home run of the year for the Mets. Conforto his 6th home run. Aguilar his 8th home run for the Brewers. Kratz gets his 1st home run as a Brewer. Jason Vargas 5 earned in 3 innings pitched. Chase Anderson 3 2/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Jacob Rom 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. AJ Ramos gives up 3 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Chris Flexen, not a good day for him. 7 runs, 3 earned in 2 innings pitched, as this was definitely a pitching optional game today in Milwaukee. In Miami, the Nationals beat the Marlins 4-1. Your winning pitcher, Justin Miller, your losing pitcher, Brad Ziegler, gives up 3 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Sean Doolittle converts his 11th save of the year. JT Realmuto goes 3 for 4 for the Fish. And Realmuto is definitely going to be a great trade chip for the Marlins at the deadline. Wilmer Defoe gets his 3rd home run of the year. Great outing out of Tanner Roark today. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned. And Ziegler blows a save. Comes in, gives up 3 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. And Ziegler could be on his way to the waiver wire sooner than later at this point. The Rays beat the Orioles 5-1. Your winning pitcher, Anthony Banda. Your losing pitcher, Andrew Kashner. Daniel Robertson goes 3 for 4. Rob Refsnyder goes 2 for 3 for the Rays. But whatever's working and whatever's clever in Tampa Bay, they're 24-26 some way, somehow, with relievers starting. I mean, Sergio Romo, I don't know how he's doing as a starter, but he's doing great. But Kashner, 5 earned, 11 hits, 4 walks in 5 innings pitched. And could be heading for the scrap heap soon. The White Sox beat the Tigers 8-4. Your winning pitcher, Hector Santiago. Your losing pitcher, Francisco Liriano, as he's reverting back to old form, giving up 5 earned and 5 innings pitched. And Jose Abreu goes 4 for 4 for the White Sox today. Hits his 9th home run of the year. And Tim Anderson hits 2 home runs in this game, getting up to his 10th home run of the year. And Santiago, 3 runs, 2 earned. And another game that just went final. The Angels clobber the Yankees today 11-4. Your winning pitcher, Jaime Barria. You're taking another one on the chin today, Sonny Gray. And definitely, if you're the Yankees, you may have to think of adding some starting pitching at the trade deadline. Mike Trout, 5 for 5 and hits his 17th home run on the year. That Trout is definitely putting up an MVP campaign over there in the OC this season. And all rise, here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Aaron Judge goes 2 for 2 and hits his 14th home run of the season. So the home run ball was definitely working for both teams today. And Sonny Gray only goes 3 2/3 innings, gives up 5 earned. And that ERA is now ballooned to 5.98. Definitely not having a good year in the Bronx. Tommy Canley, 4 runs, 2 earned, and 2/3 of an inning pitched. Chasen Shreve, 2 earned and 1 1/3 innings pitched. So definitely, I think for the Yankees, if they want to catch up to the Red Sox, their big need is going to be starting pitching at the trade deadline, as it is going to be for a lot of teams. As I'll probably go to an after dark type of show tonight on Periscope. And games currently in progress right now. The Astros are trailing the Indians 8-6. Carlos Carrasco actually gets beaten a little bit, 5 earned and 5 2/3 innings pitched. Lance McCullers takes one tonight on the chin, 7 earned and 4 1/3 innings pitched. Definitely not a good night for the starters. In Denver, the Rockies currently lead the Reds 4-3. Charlie Blackmon going 2 for 2. Scooter Gennett 3 for 3. Tony Cruz going 2 for 3 for the Reds. And Gennett hits his 10th home run of the year. Tyler Anderson, 3 earned and 6 innings pitched. Tyler Mahle, 4 earned and 5 innings pitched in that game. And currently down in LA, the Dodgers currently lead the Padres 4-2. Your Jordan Lyles is 4 earned runs and 3 2/3 innings pitched for San Diego. Alex Wood 2 earned runs in 4 innings pitched for the Dodgers. And Chris Taylor hits his 7th home run of the season. Justin Turner 1 for 2. And currently in Seattle, no score between the Twins and the Mariners. And speaking of the Mariners, we have a trade to announce. Going to the Mariners is former Giant Denard Span, with D. Gordon moving this back to second base while Cano is suspended. And reliever Alex Colomb goes to Seattle to help the back end of the bullpen. But what did Seattle give up? And then they give up nine million in cash considerations. Moore and Romero goes back to Tampa Bay in the trade. So this was definitely a trade that Phelps lost to Tommy John. They definitely filled some needs for the Mariners, but I think we'll see if Dipoto. But Seattle definitely needs to. That's another team that's probably going to go after starting pitching in next year's deadline. I mean, by this year's trade deadline. And that is looking like okay. Tomorrow night's game is not an ESPN game. It will be an ESPN2 game. So there we go. It'll be on ESPN2 tomorrow night, but same announcers. But currently on the other in the Bay, the Warriors currently lead game 6, 79 to 70, 80. Never mind. The Warriors are blowing out the Rockets 111 to 83. So there will be a game 7 in Houston on Memorial Day between the Rockets and the Warriors. James Harden, 32 points for the Rockets. Eric Gordon, 19 points. Also, Chris Paul is out tonight's game with an injury. He might be back for game 7. We'll see. Klay Thompson, 35 points. Kevin Durant, 23 points. Steph Curry, 29 points. So it's going to come down to a game 7 for the Warriors. Can they come back and win the series? And tomorrow in the NBA, it'll be game 7 between the Cavaliers and the Celtics. And they'll be without Kevin Love. So this is going to get interesting. And tonight down on the farm, the River Cats currently lead the River Cats currently lead the Chihuahuas 1-0. Oh, excuse me. I'm looking at the wrong game. It's not Chihuahua. The Fresno Grizzlies currently trail the Chihuahuas 4-0 in Fresno right now. The River Cats currently lead the Isotopes 1-0 in the 5th inning. And Mark Melanson's pitching for the Sacramento River Cats right now. Madison Bumgarner strikes out 8 in 3 and 2/3 innings pitched in his first rehab start with the River Cats. So 1 down, 2 to go for Bumgarner before we get him back. And that will be just as good as a trade, getting Bumgarner back. And Antonio Sanzatella, an earned run in 4 innings pitched for Albuquerque. But I will definitely be back on air tomorrow. This should be a thanks for hanging in there with all the interruptions that's happened in between tonight's games. Tonight's show with Roundtable and whatnot. Good pizza though too. So That's definitely for sure there. I might come on later. We'll do some sort of an after dark thing on as I'm going to be experimenting with Periscope tonight. So you could definitely watch some things on Periscope and hopefully I'm just going to do mess around a little bit, maybe shoot the shit on Periscope later tonight. So that can definitely be seen on Twitter. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy your Memorial Day. I hope to see you tomorrow after the Giants Cubs conclude, and hopefully we'll be talking about a series win going into Denver. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna go enjoy my round table now.